Vin, are you going to any of the 3 games?
What do you think, Danny?
I know the answer. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah, I'll be there Friday night. Glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I was offered to go, but it was my mom's birthday. So.
When's your mom's birthday?
Friday. So.
Oh.
Saved me $200.
Yeah.
Are you sitting with the 7 line, or you just got random seats?
No, 7 line.
Nice.
It was the easiest way to get them.
Yeah.
I have tickets.
How badly did they price gouge?
It was $180, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I've never been to a playoff game, so whatever. Fuck it.
Oh, you didn't go to one game in 15?
Nope.
Oh, fair enough. I've been to 2, 1 and 1.
Well, I'm hoping. My Islander playoff record recently has been very good, so I'm hoping that carries over. They're 5-0 when I went the past little 2 years.
1-0 with the Knicks. 0-1 with the Islanders. 1-0 with the Giants. 2-0 with 1-1 with the Mets. 1-0 with the Giants. 0-1 with the Rangers. 0-1 with the Islanders. Then 2-1 with the Rangers. 1-0 with the Yankees. There's another team.
Of course.
All right, we're playing the video.
Hit it.
Episode 336. God bless you, Vincent.
Sorry, I'm having some allergy problems today.
There's a mute button, sir.
I'll be using it a lot today.
Sound effects. That can't fly to London. Gonna have to put you on the injured list.
Yeah, I'm on the COVID IL.
The doubtful.
You can just go fuck yourself, Snacks. That's all I'm gonna say. That's.
We're already telling Snacks to go fuck himself.
That's my usual thing.
That's you just being nice. I did offer him to join us to.
No, he's too much of a bitch to come on. That's all.
Snacks. Wow. Well, we are gonna get into baseball later. We do know he will be showing up now eventually. But again, we will get into baseball later. That is the second half. This is actually probably the most fun October episode we've had in 10 years.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is the first time the Giants are 3-1 since we started the podcast.
Yeah.
2011 was the last time they started the season.
This is a Paul Rudd. Look at us, Steve. Look at us. Before I forget, we want to send condolences to Steve and his family. I obviously don't want to forget that.
I appreciate it. Appreciate
rest
everything
in
you guys
peace
did
to your grandma. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty now. Yeah, Giants are 3-1. We're off to London.
And Vin thought London was going to be a walkthrough. Ha! Joke's on you, buddy.
Davis
Webb, baby.
I'm so scared of Davis Webb.
No, it's Vanilla Vixen a run all over that all over that defense. Yeah, our offense is still very terrible. 14 guys
all day, baby.
14 guys were on the injury list today.
Listen, I'll tell you this. If you told me Galladay got hurt, I would have thought it was on the sideline. I'm just happy to see that it was on a play where he was blocking 10 yards down the field.
Hey, and that's the one thing I got to give Galladay credit for. He's actually doing his job in the running game.
Since he said what he said, I guarantee you there was a conversation with him in the front office or him and coach, and he's definitely going out there. He's working hard to block on every play when he's out there.
Right.
He's not one of those receivers that, I'm going to push a guy and then just give up.
He doesn't expend any energy catching the ball, so he might as well. Expend
Yeah,
some energy.
unfortunately,
Zach
not.
Wilson is added to the list of people who have more touchdowns than
So
him.
Andrew
as a
Thomas and
Giant.
Zach Wilson.
Yep.
So
Mercedes Lewis. Danny always looks when I bring him up.
anyway,
Evan Ingram has more catches this year than he's
Oh
had in
my
2 years.
God.
I think.
Yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense.
I've
But
said it before. I'll say
honestly-
it again. Stafford Hall of Fame purely for making Kenny Galladay a Pro Bowler.
I'm with you on that.
Also, by the way, the Jets are 2-2 for the first time in 5 years. I thought those were
Yeah,
some
no,
interesting numbers.
they looked good. They looked good on Sunday from what I watched. I was obviously watching more of the G-men, but
They're getting ready
wins
for
are
the Teddy
wins,
show.
man. What?
The Teddy show is coming to MetLife.
Yeah, Teddy Covers is coming on Sunday. So
This guy plays like 4 games every year, and he plays pretty well in those like 3 or 4
and he
games.
covers all of them more times than not. So
More
we'll
times
see
than
with
not.
that in picks. Then it's game week, bud. We play you guys.
It's it.
So should we talk about our perfect trade scenarios that we talked about? For
Yeah,
the week,
bring up
just
the
to
perfect trade scenario.
Before
Before I emphasize this, I know I already texted you, Vin. I really wish the Giants offense was able to score more than 20 points because we would actually have a game on Sunday if we were had a competent offense.
Yeah, but
because
did you not see what Bailey Zappa did to the defense of the Green Bay Packers? Fun fact, Snacks, I have a video clip of the guy who actually picked that off to post on our Instagram page tomorrow, laughing in Vin's face about how he did that.
But, like, Vin, what would happen if Davis Webb was to happen to dice you guys up on Sunday? Would you, have to stop watching football for a while?
I'm trying to think, because it wouldn't be, like, Bailey Zappi did just happen last week, and it was even worse than Bailey Zappi was they ran... No, they ran whenever they wanted. There was an entire drive where they just ran the ball the whole fucking time. So, it was just outside zone left, outside zone right. Damian Harris this way.
As long as you stop the bootleg, for whatever reason the Bears didn't know basic football 101. As long as you stop the bootleg.
For the first half, they didn't know it. The second half, they finally figured it out. I think my favorite was who was the color guy? Who was the color guy on the game, Danny?
I don't remember. I'll be honest.
If we see his face, we would know it. But he just was like,
"Oh, Moose Johnson."
Basic.
Yeah.
Right. He was just like, this is so basic. Stop watching the player watch the ball.
Right.
All of us are sitting there watching. Guy,
they
weren't running at Barkley.
They weren't reading the line. You weren't reading the guards. It was just a mess. The one team that is worse in that situation that we were needed to play that game towards the end were the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields has the worst body language I've ever seen.
I said it to Vin, and I'll say it again. This is just further proof of keep me away. I like the Ohio State quarterback, but keep me away from him in the draft next year. If you're looking at a quarterback, I do not want that kid from Ohio State. I don't even want the kid from Alabama now that he hurt his shoulder. That's years off his career.
All over again.
Yeah, no. But he was just like a couple runs here and there. That one throw, a couple of throws to Mooney, and that was it. Dexter Lawrence played his best game of the year.
Bailey Zappa's career life numbers are 10 for 15 for 99 yards and a touchdown.
If you watched him, it's play actions and it was lollipops. They were wide open.
Okay, that means Daniel Jones is gonna have a great day then.
See, Vin, next time you tell my boy Snacks to shut the fuck up, I'm gonna slap you across the face, okay? See?
Okay. See, here's the problem. The Packers have one of the most talented groups of people playing defense, and then nobody knows what they're doing.
Danny,
hopefully they do it one more week.
So, Danny, Vin came over and was watching part of the game with me, and he apologized to me because of all the shit that he gave Rashard Gary for all those years.
Oh, you finally did it.
Rashard Gary is like one of the best pass rushers in the league. So get ready, one-footed Vanilla Vic, because we're coming.
So he finally apologized. He's like, all right, all those years. He was behind the Smiths for 3 years. For 2 years, 3 years, right?
he was inside. He's really more inside.
Yeah, but he was.
But that's the thing.
He was ideally
He's not
behind
built
them.
for inside.
Right.
They waited till last year to move Zadarius inside, and then it started working. But then Zadarius got hurt.
I wonder who our other watcher is other than Snacks. Show yourself.
There's always somebody on Twitch. So I'm thinking it's like a bot that watches us on Twitch.
Probably.
It's like,
probably,
let's make sure they don't do something stupid.
Probably Howard Stern.
Somebody from Ashford.
Someone's got to make sure Vin doesn't take his clothes off.
I'm obviously excited for the game. It's always fun when we play each other. I'm not actually worried, but whenever I'm not worried, that's when
you really shouldn't.
Remember,
be.
Never lost in London.
Never lost in London. Yes.
Neither have we. So that's just a fact. Never lost in London.
You've never been to London, so you don't know how it is.
But never lost.
Last time we saw Daniel Jones hobbling in a game when he shouldn't have played was that Arizona game in 2020 where he should have never played. So I'm nervous about that.
So you want to bring Colt McCoy back as well?
I miss Colt McCoy. Here's the biggest positive out of it.
They won games with Colt McCoy.
They went to Seattle and won
with Colt McCoy.
And who was the running back who couldn't run the ball for his life?
It was
Toby Gerhart. I don't know.
No, it was Alfred Morris.
That's what it was.
No. Who's the kid out of Clemson?
Galladay. Not Galladay. Gallman.
Yeah, Gallman. Wayne Gallman. He had moments, but he never was able to piece it together until we went to Seattle for some reason.
Yeah, no,
but that game was all he had to do was run past Jamal Adams, and he was fine.
Yeah, that game was all Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris had 2 touchdowns that game.
But if I remember correctly, Gallman got him there.
Giants won 17-12. Colt McCoy went 13 for 22 for 105 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, to Alfred Morris.
And Wayne Gallman had 16 carries for 135 yards.
Yeah, he went off, but yeah.
And Morris had a touchdown rushing and a touchdown receiving.
Yeah, that's right.
Wayne Gallman, love it.
He got paid if I remember, I don't know if he got paid, but he got a deal from Houston was the last time I saw him. But they wanted to put him and Watson back together, I think.
He's nowhere right. It does.
I thought he went to the Niners last year. All right,
he went to the Falcons and the Vikings last year, and currently doesn't have any stats for the season. So
remember when he fumbled against the Cowboys in Week 17 that year, and we're like, ah!
Yeah, that was we were about to. We literally got a pick to win that game, and then he fumbled it on the first play, and we're like, "You have
McKinney's first pick."
And then Doug Peterson decided not to play that night, and
he played 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter is,
my God,
go fuck yourself.
So that was kind of. I don't know if you guys saw it. To them for a second. After the game, Kelsey, the center for the Eagles,
Jason Kelsey,
gave him his jersey, gave Doug Peterson the jersey off of him, and Peterson gave him his jacket.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was kind of cool because they're he's close. A lot of the guys are still the same players from that team.
A lot of them, yeah.
So they all really know him and they all respected him, and it's not like it was up to him to cost them the season.
No, they're really good though. The Eagles.
Yeah, he was just a scapegoat. Honestly, let's be real about it. But
that was.
Yeah, honestly though, we would have had no business beating the.
Sure. What they win 7 games that year? 6?
6 and 10.
Yeah.
Lindor just got pulled for McNeil.
They're still playing.
Are you joking?
I did not watch a second of today's game.
We're really just gonna.
I just got an alert. No. So he can't lose it. It literally says on the thing. It said on the tweet from Tacoma that he got pulled. That he was pulled. Jeff came in, and he can't lose the title even if he gets an at bat. Even if he gets an out, he can't lose the batting title.
Okay, so
it's the top of the 8th already, so it's most likely he's not even going to get up.
He won't get up again. Yeah.
All right.
You're telling me there's nobody else sitting on the bench that could go play.
Let's finish up football because we have a lot to talk about with baseball. I mean, we're wasting our time.
So the perfect scenario is if we don't have a quarterback, if we get them both knocked out of this game, it's Jordan Love's going to suit up for us. So that way, with a compensation 7th round pick, And if we win the game, Vin gets to keep the 7th round pick. But if we lose, we get to pick back, and Vin just gets a scouting report to see if he's worth trading.
They would never allow this because it is really taking advantage of players being on. It's almost indentured servitude at that point. Like you don't have a choice where you're going for a week. But I legitimately think more teams would do this if this was an option. Like I know it's a rare circumstance that a team who's good is trying to find out what they have on a quarterback. Like usually, if you're trying to find out a quarterback, you just play him yourself. But in this scenario, sure, I would 100% actually do this trade.
Think about all those years with Jimmy G behind Brady. How many times at the end of the year, Belichick would have been like, "Hey, can you guys let Jimmy G play for you so we can figure out what we can get for him this offseason?"
Right. Exactly.
It should be a fun game. Anything can happen.
Or even last year, the Niners with Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Trey Lance last year.
It'll be a fun game just because
it's
fun.
London and getting up.
Oh, we're also swapping wide receiver cores. Swapping wide receiver.
I think I just, if it didn't already happen,
I think you broke Snacks.
I think I started this is his villain origin story. I think I broke
or...
started
Snacks. No, I'm saying if it didn't already start, I think I officially kicked it off.
This dude's a menace. He's a menace.
He just.
Are we gonna call it Snacks Menace of Madness?
He mentally killed Robert De Niro on the stage.
He literally got a guy take off his cowboy jersey at a tailgate. I can't.
If he kills Robert De Niro, I'm killing him because he's like the end of the list. That's
what I'm saying. But it was a Joker reference, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't. We already lost Pesci. No, we didn't. We lost.
No, him, Pesci, and Pacino are still.
We got to keep them together.
And then what's his name? Who does the one man show? Danny.
Oh, Chaz Parliamentary.
Oh yeah, keep Chaz.
Those are the four. Those are the four we need to bubble wrap when they're not on. They're not working. Or keep them away from Alec Baldwin when they are working.
You touch my ass.
Oh my God!
You touch my ass.
Keep him away from Alec Baldwin.
All right, Giants win.
So, Kenny Pickett time in Pittsburgh.
Finally, that was.
I called it too. I said to Devin, I was like,
"We're 100% right on that one," because I thought Mitch would keep them going, but they got sick of his Mitchness earlier than they thought they would.
You're good. You know what? Props to him because he made more regular season starts for a team that he signed a huge contract with than Matt Flynn did.
It's true.
Well, I wouldn't get carried away and say big contract.
And also,
I mean, he basically got a Matt Flynn type deal to not play, but they actually.
Kenny Pickett did not let the ball hit the ground. They were all caught passes.
Good for him.
Just a fact.
Now they make Big Ben-esque 2004 playoff run now.
Right now he goes undefeated the rest of the year.
Steelers got lucky once again.
I mean, somebody in the AFC has to get lucky that way. Look at the Colts; they keep going the wrong way every time they bring in a quarterback.
Oh my God, that's a dumpster fire too. Tomorrow night's game is horrific.
Kenny, I realize I have Russell Wilson on 3 fantasy football teams.
Oh no! Someone really loved Russell Wilson. I have him in 1.
I thought it.
I have him in 1, and I'm wearing it right now.
I figured at least with Judy and Sutton, he could at least put up good numbers. Right. I didn't think they would be this terrible.
No,
though.
Because he had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, and still didn't do much.
I'm just happy DK Metcalf is just like the rest of us.
They
didn't want to squeeze the cheeks and make the run in Detroit, so he got on the car and did the quick way. It was also said later in the week that it is apparently Detroit has the longest travel time from road bench to road locker room.
Oh no!
So he wasn't going to make it.
So there was no way he was making it.
Oh no!
Russell Wilson has only won 1 playoff game since the Legion of Boom left, and it was against John Skelton.
That's why they all hate him. Yeah.
Did you see
Richard
Sherman? The podcast? They ripped the shit out of him.
Richard Sherman.
Well, in fairness, he didn't call the play to not give the ball to. But
I'm sorry.
On the other hand,
should be smart
he should have been like,
audible.
he should have been like, wait, you're a dumbass.
I'm audible.
we have the biggest running back in the league, and all he has to do is fall forward.
He's also sitting there taking all the credit with his nonsense quotes or whatever the hell he says. And they're like, bro, we're covering for an hour and a half back here. And that's the only reason we're winning these games, because nobody can score. They won a championship game with 4 interceptions. I'll never get over that day in my life, in the history of my life.
The worst Super Bowl. Literally the first play of the game, and that game was over.
Which one?
The Broncos.
Oh, the Broncos one. The one that they won. Yeah. The one that they won.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. The game was like Danny said. The game was over the first play.
It was technically the second play.
Okay, you're right.
And
I hate Russell Wilson so bad.
And the only play Percy Harvin did was a kickoff return for a touchdown that whole entire season.
Yeah.
Right,
Smart.
to start the second half. So it was already over.
Yeah.
You thought maybe going into the second half.
That's what I was going to say.
You make a stop. The Broncos have a chance, get the ball, and okay, let's see what happens, right?
And Malcolm Smith made more plays than Steve Smith at MetLife Stadium, too.
Yeah, but Steve Smith has a ring, too, so.
Yeah. The game MVP.
It was 8-14, so 22-0 at half. With that Bronco offense, they could have come back if they started getting some stops and going.
Well, Demaryius, rest in peace, did have the most reception yards in a Super Bowl.
Did he? Let's see. He had 118 yards that day. Wow, that's pretty good.
That was it? Well, then it was receptions then.
Oh, it was 13 catches for 118.
Yeah, I knew he had some.
He almost won MVP by losing. He almost been the first Super Bowl loser to win MVP.
Right, but again, they could have come back. That offense was good enough to come back from 22 points down, and then you return the opening, the first and it's over.
Peyton had shit down his leg that game. There was no way Legion of Boom was giving up 22.
I don't think that they were either, but it's possible. Anything was possible with that offense.
Was it the next year that the Broncos won the Super Bowl, though? It was 2 years.
2 years.
The next year that was the
Patriots.
The Patriots.
Oh, the Patriots in Arizona.
The Marshawn. No, it was the Marshawn Seattle. Yeah.
In Arizona.
In Arizona. And then the Broncos were the year after.
That was the year Kayla almost made me deaf in one ear because she was downstairs and screamed at the top of her lungs with Malcolm Butler, and then all the neighbors called and were complaining that there was noises in the house. Well, they thought someone died.
Noises. Sorry. Malcolm Butler.
It's important. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
She almost made me crash when we were driving the car one day, too, screaming about the Patriots. It was funny.
And then the next morning, I got woken up at like 3 a.m. because they had to leave to go to Massachusetts for a parade. Or 2 days later.
Yeah, parade. Good times. Anyway, I hate Russell
But the
Wilson,
Jets, like,
that's it.
2-2, I said it to Devin. I was like, if I told you were going to be 2-2 going into October, you'd sign that piece of paper and say, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, they played the whole AFC North. That was weird scheduling.
They won a game with Joe Flacco. That's really all they could have asked.
Right, that's all you need to ask for.
Right, you got one of the 3 that you were missing, Zach, and now you can move forward with
Zach had a good fourth quarter, which is obviously huge. Every time I saw the Jets, they looked like they were moving the ball. Their offense is good. They just got to find a way to protect Zach and keep on letting these young stud players make moves in front of Zach, and they're going to be awesome.
All right, they have Miami at home. They have Miami at home, and then they're going to Green Bay, and then they go to Denver also.
Those are probably all losses, to be completely honest.
The Broncos, you don't know. We'll see. Tomorrow.
Yeah, right. You got 5. The next 5 is home against Miami, in Green Bay, in Denver, Pats and Buffalo at home, and then their bye week.
Those are probably all losses. Maybe Denver.
New England.
Well, if Mac isn't back.
Well, Mac was limited today in practice, so they're already looking at they're already circling.
I know. I thought they said he was going to be out for like 6 weeks.
He looked like he was about to die when they were carrying him to the locker room.
Right, when you see the little TikTok video of him getting carried.
The funniest was the meme that said "Saving Private Ryan" in the year that Saving Private Ryan was made.
Fucking Mac Jones.
Well, would you prefer McCorkle or Zappy?
No, they look exactly alike.
You know what? Give me a McCorkle Zappy.
That was going around the internet today.
McCorkle Zappy. I'm in.
Vin would quit life if there was ever a McCorkle Zappy.
A little column A, a little bit column B. There you go.
I can't get past the fact that there are, like, you look around the league at the quarterbacks that are good. There are names that are reliable names, and I don't know what that means, but I know McCorkle is not one of them. I know Zappy is not one of them.
To be fair,
yeah, but it's Bailey Zappy, so it kind of works out.
Just
Bailey's pretty rough. What is he, a dog? I know like 10 dogs that are named Bailey.
And the kicker is named Bailey. His last name is Bailey, so it's Bailey Zappy.
No, they got to change the kicker's first name to
Zappy Bailey. I think it's like Jack Bailey or something like that. It's just
Dan Bailey.
Yeah, isn't it Dan Bailey?
Dan Bailey? He was it was because it was a punter, but Dan Bailey was a fucking beast.
Yeah. I know Nick Folk was there for a while.
Nick Folk is their kicker still.
Yes.
He was warming up to try to kick long ones that Belichick never gave them the opportunity to because he doesn't trust Bailey Zappy.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
Dan Bailey's a free agent.
Yeah, because he stunk. He fell apart
and like that's the most fun about your if your team's melting down and Romo's doing the game, you're like, shut up, Tony.
Yeah. It really is the best when like your team does something really stupid and they have to review it and he's like, I don't know, Jim. He fucking dropped the ball in the end zone, Tony. I know he did. Shut up.
No, he also called him out.
We all know the best.
He also called him out. He goes, Tony, you know about balls being dropped in Green Bay.
Yeah. No, but that's Danny, what you were gonna say is exactly what I said to Steven about DK. I was like, are they sure this isn't like a Tony Romo cramp situation? But they're carting him to the bathroom.
Oh, that is not a cramp.
Yeah.
Nope. Well,
Tony.
If you've been to the stadium in Dallas, the broadcasters are pretty far away from the field. So if he's not watching the TV and he's watching the field, I would assume it was a cramp.
That's what happened with me with I feel bad about laughing at it, but that's what happened to me with Tua last week. I didn't know, and I just see his hands like this. I'm like, ooh, that can't be good. And then I'm like, oh, he's actually like basically having a seizure on the field.
And now he's out this week on concussion protocol. Okay, I'm saying it now, plain and simple. If you have to go into concussion protocol on Sunday, even if you return to the game, the league should say, hey, after reviewing that game, your guy's out. If you're playing Thursday, your guy's automatic.
But you can't pass concussion protocol in the 10 minutes he did during that Sunday game.
It was like 35 seconds.
He was out for a drive, maybe. Like, you can't – there's no way you can pass concussion protocol in that time.
And Devin said it the best to me on Sunday. How did the Miami doctors go to the private guy and say, hey, he looks okay, we're going to let him back in, and then the private guy goes, oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, I was only watching the Thursday night game like sporadically, so I just kind of looked at the screen and saw everybody huddled on the ground, and then I saw the replay. It was just
honestly, I'm not a fan of the Amazon only. Like, the broadcast is fine, don't get me wrong, but the Amazon only, like, if it's not my team, I don't want to have to just.
Well,
I don't have to close the app, turn the app back on.
I hate. The hate about all the streaming service things is I can't flip.
Right.
That's my biggest issue.
Baseball games on Apple TV, things on Amazon Prime, whatever.
Right, like next Thursday, there's going to be playoff baseball. Like, what's next Thursday night's game?
I could put the football game on the computer, but
I have my iPad.
Won't watch. I probably just won't watch.
Let's see, next Thursday, no.
I don't think we're playing next Thursday though. If we
no, you're playing the Jets because you're in London.
You can't be playing on Thursday night after going.
I'm saying the Mets. Oh. If we make it that.
Well, let's settle down. We're that is another conversation.
Vin's so confident in his team going to London that he thinks they could schedule a Thursday night game. Well, no one's watching next Thursday night anywhere. It's the Commanders and Bears.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
I mean, honestly, Snacks is laughing at having a worse record than the Mets. It's actually hysterical. It really is that funny. After that first half they had, and that having a fake home run champion, 7th most home runs in league history. It's great.
Save it.
I can't help it.
Next week, the 7th. Week 7, the 20th is Saints Cardinals. Look, another Thursday during October no one's going to watch. Saints Cardinals.
This is like Monday Night Raw. I'm talking as much shit as I can. His music's going to hit eventually.
Okay, so Thursday the 27th, I'm assuming that's World Series time.
Roughly.
Ravens Bucks is Thursday night.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's watchable.
That's a good one. And then the following week, again, nobody's watching November 3rd.
I can't believe Tom Brady gave up his marriage to go like 8-9.
And then the following week is
no
the Eagles at the top.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, goodness. I want a poll of NFL players. How many guys right now would retire to go at this moment? You can't play another game. Rookies to everybody to go marry her. It's 70% of the league, probably.
Well, I hear Zach Wilson's trying to figure out a way to play Tampa.
I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson would retire right now if he had to.
Apparently, he's already sent her a gift basket. A Get Wilson gift basket.
Danny, did you listen to Jeter on Pardon My Take?
When they asked for the gift basket?
They asked for the gift basket? That was so funny.
I think for the first time, Derek Jeter did not look like a robot. And
he was very good.
He's been like that the past couple months. He's been very. His Yankee career was robot, and which turned into Eli. Also, by the way, was a robot.
Eli takes anything now.
now Eli just sits there and.
Fucking Eli.
I didn't even watch Monday night. Neither of them.
Those
poor guys. How did they choose Patriots Bears to be another Madden guest?
Why are the Bears?
They're taking the money to the bank. It doesn't matter.
Why are the Bears on?
Shout out to Miles Teller for being a good Peyton Manning though.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was not bad. Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Peyton made fun of it.
It's funny. SNL sucks so bad that you don't even have to watch the show. It's on their Instagram account next night. So you don't even have to watch the show anymore.
Right. If anything is good enough to be good, it'll make it off the show and I'll find it on the internet somewhere.
On Instagram the next morning.
Or
every Sunday
randomly on TikTok.
Yeah,
Sunday morning
on TikTok or Twitter.
Sunday morning on my morning poop while taking care of bets and stuff and scrolling through Instagram. I'll probably watch the whole episode of Saturday Night Live on Instagram.
Yeah, I can't say I've watched more than 3 segments.
Honestly, I saw a commercial and that Teller was the one that was doing it this week, and I thought to myself 10 years ago I'd want to watch this.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I probably would have hit the DVR button. I probably would have stayed up and watched it because I like Miles Teller. But I saw the commercial and I was just like, nope.
I can't tell you the last time I recorded Saturday Night Live.
I probably still
a decade.
I probably did not take it off of the record.
It's probably just still on the automatic thing.
Because we would watch Weekend Update and that was about
I do the same thing. I mean, it's different, obviously, but the 30 for 30 still record. I haven't watched a new one since that crappy McGuire Sosa one over the summer.
Yeah, that was a bad one. Oh, the Netflix.
I think Eli was the last one that I watched.
I'm excited for Netflix. Netflix is doing the Redemption.
The Redeem Team. Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
That one clip of Kobe running through Gasol. And everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck?
That was the player Kobe was, though.
No, of course.
Of course. But yeah, that was a funny clip.
Hopefully that is not all of the
right.
The thing.
It's going to be a lot of Kobe talk. But
of course he's dead.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
I'm starting to think these Netflix documentaries are better than 30 for 30s.
Comparable, but
they haven't made a really good 30 for 30. Like The Last Dance is obviously very good.
I didn't even watch.
I didn't watch the Jeter one either.
I watched.
But I'm saying standalone 30 for 30. They haven't been great lately.
Well, once Bill Simmons left, it really went downhill.
That's just I don't know.
And they used to advertise them like crazy too. That was the other thing. So we always knew when they were coming out. Now it's I found out after the Brady Woodson one came out that it was out. I was like,
oh, that wasn't bad. You're right. Actually,
I didn't even watch that one again.
The Mets
I have them on ESPN Plus.
The Mets 86, but you know what the problem with the Mets 86 one is?
We knew everything.
It's us. We know everything. I've been watching the two of them talk about it for 15 years. I know everything that happened.
I actually read the book. That was one of the few books that I've actually.
Every time that the Mets are good, they talk about that team, or some anniversary year they talk about that team.
I'm very tired of talking about 86.
The problem is we haven't won anything since, so we have to.
No, I thanks. I'm
Now I have
aware.
a very important question for Vin, and I'm mad at myself because I meant to do this, make one today for him special. How excited are you for that 2021 NL wildcard banner next year?
Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I can't believe we still have that up. Like, I can't believe it. It's gonna be so infuriating if we lose and that fucking banner is up there.
And if we put another one up there. If we lose the series and they put another one up there.
No,
this could be our transition.
We'll have what?
Actually, no, we still have the picks, but
no, 1999. It has the wild card and division winners on it.
It's a weird
NLDS, NLDS winners. I'm sorry.
Of all the things that Steve Cohen has done, the Old Timers Day, and they retired Willie Mays' number, and they brought back, they made fun of Bobby Bonilla Day, and all this nonsense. Nobody told him to take that banner down. I can't imagine that nobody told him to
between that and the numbers not in order, that drives me insane.
But they're in the right. They're in retirement order.
I feel you on that, Danny. I have that same OCD. I have the same OCD, but I'm okay with the fact that, like, all right, I could settle with the fact that they're in order of when they were retired.
All right, it tells a story.
Yeah. Right, it tells you, like, and also when you think about it, if once you hit Piazza, now it's like, oh, these are just good Met players in history. They're not.
I guess, but I think you just at the end of this season, hopefully, I doubt it because they haven't done it, but it's just weird having Keith Hernandez next to Willie Mays and all the other.
Willie Mays should be put with the Shea logo and the Jackie Robinson, but
that's the thing. It
should be, but nobody should be in those
basics.
I know, but like those are retired. I mean, I know they're basics, but like Jackie Robinson is retired. He should be put next to Jackie Robinson. Is what he should.
He should be the first one.
Move over there.
I'm with that.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's cool that we have 4 Hall of Famers now. Oh, hold on. 5 Hall of Famers in the rafters now, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, because Gil Hodges went in, right?
Yeah.
Technically, if you put Gary Carter up there too, you'd have another one, but they put him in as an Expo because they felt guilty because the Expos left Montreal.
Does that matter? Gil Hodges went in as a Dodger.
We still only have 2 Hall of Famers.
Yep.
And that's only because they felt bad, because Piazza had better years than the Dodgers. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, but he made more impact in baseball as a Met.
You're right, but his numbers are better with the Dodgers.
That's why he got all the back acne.
We don't talk about that. He tried something, and then he stopped. And then he tried it again, and he stopped.
While hanging out with Sam Champion.
Correct. If you read the book, he just goes, well, I tried some stuff, but then I stopped. And then it became illegal, and then I stopped. Okay, yeah, sure. No problem, bud. I'm okay with it.
All right, let's rip this off like a Band-Aid.
Let's do our picks. Animal. Let's do the picks first.
All right, we'll do
go through the
all
picks.
Right, we'll do
that
done
with football then.
Okay, fine.
They changed the wording. What the hell?
The wording?
What is the
say share screen on the bottom? Now it says present screen.
Oh, we're presenting.
I'm in 3rd place. It's been a rough couple.
I'm in 1st place after that trash first week. I'm starting to win.
You know what's hilarious?
Now.
Imagine if Vin just like re-listen to the podcast and figure out like, hey.
No, I'm starting to win bets now. I won a bet Monday night, Cooper Cup and
I went 4-0
yards.
I went 4-0 in Sunday Night Football last.
The Eagles won. I won that. Somebody else
jokes
won.
On you, Snacks. We just won again. We just swept the Nationals.
The Cowboys won.
You know, if you re-listen to your picks on here, Vin, and you just put them into...
I really should just go back.
The thing is, the lines changed from Tuesday to the actual...
I mean, I could lock it in right now if I want.
See, this pisses me off more that we just finished tied with the Braves at the top of the division. We lost because we got swept. All we had to do was win one game.
They didn't play anybody today, so it wouldn't. They didn't try.
Neither did we.
But that's what I'm saying.
All right.
This is the one that pisses me. No, this is the one that really pisses me off. To be completely honest.
Yes.
Because it was inexcusable.
All right.
Okay.
I'm taking the Broncos. Thursday night game in history.
I mean, they don't. The Colts don't have their only offensive weapon, so
Yeah.
I'm not.
They are literally like, God literally looks at them and tells them, "Haha, joke's on you guys." I think it's time for them to trade for Jordan Love.
I agree.
And at least trade for a guy younger.
Oh my God. I was trying to figure out like who the next guy is gonna be there. Like it might be Stafford. No, it might be Stafford to be completely honest.
Goff, Mitch.
It's got to be an old guy though who like was good, and we all just ignored the fact that he wasn't playing as good as he was when he was good, and that describes Stafford.
All right. Take your pick, Steve.
Oh, a blackout. They had canceled the game and nobody wins.
You know,
I'm going to take the Broncos at home because Matt Ryan.
Congratulations, Colts.
Right. You know who has connections to Indianapolis? Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, so when we destroy you this week and he only throws for like 150,
maybe
you'll trade him to the Colts for.
We'll just go hang out with Pat McAfee the whole time.
Make life a lot easier instead of
he'll just be on the show every day of the week and then go play quarterback on Sunday without practicing and then go back on the show. I'm taking the Packers. That's just an easy one.
We're covering this game.
We're covering.
You might not be wrong. We haven't.
If Bailey Zappa could cover, the New York Giants, one leg Daniel Jones could cover.
I told you last week we weren't going to cover.
Oh my God!
So fun fact. Oh my God! I got to see if I can find this tweet.
This is the biggest spread of the year, I think.
Yeah.
There was a tweet about this either yesterday or today. It's like the first time in like history, Pittsburgh Steelers history, they're like
that they're 14-point underdogs.
That they're like 10-point underdogs in a game.
I'm taking the Steelers, man. That's a lot. The Bills are like the last year's Chiefs. Like obviously they're awesome and they kill everybody, but they never covered.
I'm taking the Bills.
You think they're gonna win by 15 points? Probably.
Yes.
I think
if Kenny Pickett keeps throwing 3 interceptions, Kenny Pickett threw 3 interceptions to the Jets. The Bills have a significantly better secondary.
All right. Everything in my body just says Steelers.
You know what?
I'm gonna lose this one.
No, you're right. When it's a big spread like that, I feel to take the points too, but I'm taking the Bills.
Kind of annoyed I can't find it, but
but
I'm still taking the Bills.
I really want to take the Browns.
I'm taking the Browns as home dogs.
Yeah, like the Chargers. I don't know.
Chargers are just trash.
Oh, we were talking about bets. I pushed a bet because the Vikings missed that extra point on Sunday morning. I had them -3, and they missed the extra point, and they put everything in 3s.
That's rough.
It's truly unbelievable.
Kind of
but funny. I'm taking them again because, as we discussed, the Bears are.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the Vikings.
Shockingly awful.
You know, this is Kirk Cousins' first ever 3-1 start to a season.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Probably not shocking.
Taking the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions too.
They may give up 300 points a game, but they score 300
points.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think they lose by 3 pretty much every week. So the half a point will help.
Does Campbell make it through the season if they keep losing? Like they're like right there. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think so. They'll probably fire Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
I don't think he makes it. If Bailey Zappa goes off this week, I don't think he makes it out of New England. Poor guy.
Is Jameis playing on Sunday?
He did not practice today, was what I think I saw.
I'm taking the Seahawks. I'm riding the Geno train.
Riding it until it falls off?
At the moment, yeah.
Things are just so bad. Oh, here it is. Pittsburgh is a 14-point underdog in Buffalo. Pittsburgh is the only team since 1970 AFL-NFL merger to never be at least a 14-point underdog. The largest they were ever an underdog was 13.5 against the Cowboys in Super Bowl 30 when they lost by 10.
They were 10-point dogs. Wow.
They were
In a Super
13.5-point dogs in the Super Bowl, and they lost by 10.
Fucking Neil O'Donnell, man.
Yeah. Basically.
Why are the Dolphins only 3.5-point favorites?
Because Teddy's starting over
Because
Tua.
it's Teddy. But still.
It's the Zach attack, baby.
I'm going Dolphins.
Yeah, me too.
Go ahead. Gayest logo in football. No offense. Just saying. Atlanta's going to end up covering this game, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure.
They are.
This is the game that they're gonna like blow another lead.
No, I'm taking the Bucks.
Brady's pissed because he's divorced.
I agree. I think he's going to be uber focused.
I'm going Falcons.
I
They'll
think
still win, but 8 points is a lot right now.
8 points is a lot, but Marcus Mariota stinks.
The Commanders are awful. Are they going to wear those stupid black jerseys again this week to pump them up?
The Titans aren't much better, but yeah, I think the Commanders are the worst.
Also, shout out to the kid coming off the injured list today.
Yeah, the running back.
Yeah.
Brian.
Be a nice little story when he gets tackled like 20 times in the first game and runs for like a yard and a half. Knowing my luck, I just said that his first game will be against us and he'll run for like 200 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in on the Jaguars. I'm sorry. I'm in. They're exciting.
7 points is a lot, though.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans.
They're. I love you. I love Lovey, but they're terrible.
Yeah, but they're
feisty though. I'm gonna take the Jaguars, but I'm not confident about it.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans. That's why I'm in third place.
This is if we were doing a lock of the week, the Panthers are the worst team in the league.
Yeah, going Niners
for sure.
My favorite.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
First off, my favorite comment of the week was Matt Rule saying that Baker hasn't done anything to merit a quarterback competition. now that Darnold's like apparently.
I don't think Matt Rule watches the game. I honestly don't.
No.
The fact that
McCaffrey had 9 catches last week.
I don't understand how he still has a job.
Who gets fired this early in the season though?
These guys
people don't get fired week 4.
Didn't they just play? Who did they lose to last week?
The Cardinals.
Cards.
Or they beat the Cardinals.
No, they lost to the Cardinals.
Right.
They beat
the. We talked about.
I don't remember who they beat.
We talked about flipping quarterbacks, right? Last week they should have flipped coaches to see who they should have flipped coaches, them and the Cardinals, to see all right, let's see if you can try this, do better with a different team. That would have been fun. Who did they beat? 0-2. Oh, they beat the Saints.
I'm taking the Cowboys. I already placed this bet on FanDuel already. Actually.
Really? Is he playing?
He's riding that Cooper Rush train.
Is Dak playing this week?
No, it's going to be Cooper Rush.
I think I might have to stick with them until Dak comes back.
Their offensive line, the Rams' offensive line, is horrific right now.
Oh, you're
Apparently
right.
They've
the Cowboys' offensive line stinks too, though.
They've called what's his name like a billion times. Apparently,
Aaron Donald might murder Cooper Rush this week.
Yeah, after Parsons kills Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford might already be dead.
Who's the Rams' backup? Now that we haven't even talked about the great
Wasn't
Blake
it
Bortles
Mannion
retirement
a couple years ago? Mannion, maybe?
It was Blake Bortles at one time, but unfortunately that man has retired from the professional football league.
The boat has set
John
sail.
Skelton.
No. John Walford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he played.
He was a Jet. Player history. August of he was a Jet free agent. Then he got waived in the same month. Then he was on the practice squad. Then he was a Ram free agent, waived, practice squad. And he's just been a Ram ever since.
I think he played in the playoff game that when Goff's hand was broken the last year he was there.
Yes, good
and
call.
then he got hurt too, and then Goff came back in, and they beat the Seahawks with a broken-handed quarterback because Russell Wilson stinks.
Yeah, that was the start of the end of maybe Russell Wilson stinks.
I just like saying he stinks. He actually doesn't. He doesn't stink. He's not what we think it is.
He's slightly overrated.
He's slightly overrated. The Eagles.
I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, for sure on that one.
Are we at the point where we're looking at the Eagles schedule of when can they lose?
Look at the schedule.
It's gonna be a minute.
It's either Dallas or I think they have a game against the Packers. Like that's the only tough games.
Yeah, they play.
So it's at Arizona hosting the Cowboys next Sunday night. So that's good.
Right, that's a possible loss.
Actually, no.
It's in Dallas.
The 9th and then the 16th. Yeah. That game's in Dallas. Sorry. Right, because next week we're hosting Baltimore. That's right. Okay, 16th. Then they're off. Then they're hosting Pittsburgh in Houston. Still haven't lost. Monday, hosting Washington. We all know how that's going to go.
That's a Monday night.
So if they beat the Cowboys, they are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 8-0 if they beat the Cowboys, basically. 9-0.
And then they go to the Colts.
9-0.
10-0.
That's 9, I think.
Where are they at now? 4?
Yeah.
They're at 4. 1, 2, 3,
5,
4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 10. You're right. 10-0.
7.
And
8,
they get
9, 10, and then they're going to Green Bay Sunday night.
Green Bay
12.
at home. They
at
play
home
Green Bay in Philly on Sunday Night Football.
Right.
And then after that, it's Tennessee, Giants, Bears, Cowboys again, Saints, Giants. It's just the Cowboys and the Packers, really, unless the Giants.
Excuse me, Vincent. The division. There's a 3-1 team in the division right now that you're not talking about enough.
You're right. I'm not talking about it.
We may have a one-legged quarterback, but
yeah,
our running back's 20 yards away from matching all of last year's numbers.
All right. I'm taking the Bengals.
Really?
Joey Burrow.
They're gonna backdoor cover it.
Like everything
the Ravens are
I said about the Ravens is so right, except for them blowing the second. They should be 4-0.
They literally cannot hold on to a lead if they're like. That's the Sunday night game, by the way.
It is. Yeah, Burrow's gonna throw all over them. Their defense can't.
Hopefully the Mets don't need game 3.
I think it'll be a 4. It's probably going to be a 4 o'clock too, Danny. Though.
Yeah, there's like 800 scenarios that can change it to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, because they said if one of the other series is only goes 2 games, it might be at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
In a perfect world, the Mets would have been at 1 o'clock on Sunday, so that way the football game could end and we could just switch to baseball.
In a perfect world, we don't have.
We'd be off till Tuesday.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world, then we wouldn't have a 2016 wildcard banner hanging up there anymore.
In a perfect world, they wouldn't have had to spend half my day thinking about you, Darvish, for some fucking reason.
All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
You mean the next 2 days, Finn?
Let's finish this up.
We'll see how the next 2 days go. I can't control my brain.
Finn's gonna jump off one of the buildings that he's working on.
I very much might. I was fine until we started this podcast. Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. Did you say no one cares?
The Raiders actually stink.
The Raiders actually stink.
Do the Raiders stink, or does Josh McDaniels stink as a coach?
Well, that's the given.
Oh, you think it's a little bit of both?
Which we figured out is the only reason he's the coach is because their GM has been in New England for 20 years.
Yep.
Maybe that guy stinks. Maybe that guy stinks. 51 is the over-under in this game.
I put 52. Yeah, I put 58. I think it's going to be a high one.
I go 55. Mahomes alone could put up 40.
Yeah.
Right. I could see a 50-14 game. I mean, 40-14 is what I meant to say.
All right. The moment that ended it was right here.
Yeah,
I circled wild card as soon as this
you want to know the moment that ended it? I'm gonna present my screen.
Yeah, don't share it. Present it.
This is the moment that I did it. That motherfucking nonsense right there.
You mean the trade that we sent 20 people to
Correct.
San Francisco?
We traded them the entire Port St. Lucie Mets for Darren Ruff, and he did nothing. Daniel Vogelbach is only walks at this point. All he does is wait to walk.
But they did say, I was watching a couple minutes, and they did say that he has like a 4.10 and like 3 homers lifetime against Starfish. Batting average.
Okay, great. It doesn't help if he's just going to stand there and watch strike 3 every single.
Oh, he did hit a home run on Sunday night.
The amount of, I don't know how many home runs he has, but I guarantee there are more strike 3s right down the middle than there are home runs.
Yeah, you're probably right. No, but like, you're both right. But
he's not.
We still had a chance to take care of business with Jake and Max on the mound on Friday and Saturday.
See, my opinion is simple.
Jake didn't have that terrible start. It just happened to be 3 home runs that just whatever. It was more of the bats this whole series. Just crap the bat.
Everybody in their
McNeil.
Own right failed. Really, except for the bullpen, to be completely honest, because McGill gave up a couple of runs on Friday, I think, but besides that, it wasn't that bad.
Who's now hurt?
It's just
he has fake COVID because they need a roster spot.
It's just a gut punch, even though we all expecting it. I'm getting texts from Snacks nightly since June.
You know exactly when this whole thing ended? When everybody looked at the month of September and said, it's wrapped up. The Mets have the easiest schedule in the league in the month of September.
I'm obviously guilty of that.
Literally, that's the kiss of death. Right there.
Yeah. It's just so frustrating, man. Like, we literally was in first place for 98% of the season, except for 8 days.
And have actually ended in a first place tie.
We're still we did technically finish the year in first place.
We tied for first place.
We should put that banner up. Tied for first place in the NL East.
They're like, we really should.
That's the banner I want next year.
It's just so typical Mets and just kicking the nuts.
The whole season have not lost more than 3 games in a row. But the 2 times that they needed to win, they lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's multiple times where it's not I don't want to say it wasn't an overall collapse. This weekend was a collapse.
No, last weekend was a collapse of epic proportion. But
like in general,
the season in general wasn't a collapse. But let everybody say it was fine because they had a conversation. Remember, there was like 3 teams with like 10-game leads in their division.
Right.
And unfortunately, we're the ones that blew it, but we had the best record out of all of them, unfortunately. Of course we did. But
I mean, the Braves played at an ungodly pace.
Yeah, no, they really did. It's no excuse.
So they said it. I think it was yesterday they said it that like the Mets went like 66 and 30 something after like July 1st, but the Braves went like 77 and
it's basically
20 something.
From what I remember, they said June 1st was when this all kind of turned around, but it was the Mets played at like a 97 win pace and the Braves played at like 114 win pace, which is I don't know what more we could do.
Listen, we said it before the season. We all went on our preview show and said the Braves are the winners of the division, whether we want to believe it or not. The extra wild card spots were going to benefit us because we figured we were getting one of them. Honestly, on paper, the Braves are the better team, so they deserved it more than we did.
You're not wrong.
News just now. Buck said post game that Alvarez is under consideration, and all players are for the postseason roster.
I think
that was another crazy move.
That's interesting. I didn't even think he was eligible for the postseason.
So
it's under an injury. So
yeah, it's like an injury thing. You could slide somebody in. That's when I said everybody.
McCann homer today. We could call it. He's hurt.
Right. That's why I said everybody shit the bed over the weekend. He should not have taken that at bat Friday night.
That last one against the righty.
he should have been called up a week ago if you were going to make that move.
Again, I said that when he got called up. They should have got called up in Oakland when they had 3 lefties starting, and he could have played a whole week because it very clearly took 4 games for him to get his feet wet.
He didn't bat badly.
He just swung at everything.
He just swung, but that's what I'm saying. He comes up.
That's just a tough spot to start your.
Right. He came up bases loaded, 1 out against Kenley, and Vogelback hadn't been used. That's why Vogelback's on the team.
Right.
You bring him in right. You should have put him in right there.
Snacks has made this joke. I just hope it's not old playoff Buck comes to haunt his ugly head.
It's so funny.
That's what I'm nervous about. But obviously last week sucked and we didn't win the division and we're all losing our heads over it. We need to once Friday happens, we need to get over this and hopefully they make a playoff run.
It's funny.
It's as much as hard as it is. We need to get over it very quickly.
Yeah.
Everybody else can make fun of it.
They just made it official, by the way. Max Friday.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that move. I like that move.
Yeah. Real quick on Buck. I was talking to went to the game with my uncle and a bunch of people the other day, and we were talking about how they've been using Diaz in this month, and he goes. Obviously, they don't. He doesn't know as much shit as we do. And he was like, "Has Buck had a problem not using his closers? He's trying to not overuse Diaz?" I was like, "Oh, sir, it's the complete opposite." Hey, buddy.
Nice hat.
Nice white.
I'm only a spectator tonight.
Isn't that against?
I'm only a spectator tonight, guys. Don't worry about me.
Isn't that against your religion? Aren't you guys only supposed to have all blue hats and names with no jerseys, jerseys with no names and that kind of stuff?
Snacks is the jackass that walks around with the name on his jersey.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I don't own the Yankee jersey.
They couldn't get Judge's mom a jersey without his name on it.
See, you gotta find something to get all bitchy about. But hold on, I want to play you guys something. Keep talking.
I just would like to know.
He couldn't find the Garrett Cole jersey that he always.
Right, I would just like to know how it feels to have less wins than the Mets. I just want to know.
Also, a question: how excited were you yesterday when Garrett Cole broke the Yankee single-season strikeout record?
Right,
I think that was a lot more important.
Never been more.
How does it feel?
You know what?
Overcoming the distraction of Billy Crystal to break the Yankees' all-time strikeout single season. How does it feel?
Okay, I have actually a good question for Snacks.
You really, the Garrett Cole shit. I swear to God, I will slit throats. I will.
It actually has nothing. Actually, has more to do with Judge than
Snacks. I have nothing else right now. I have to. I'm.
First off, you know what?
Throwing cheap shots here.
Snacks, shut up for a minute while we congratulate Jeff McNeil on winning the National League batting title.
Wow, what an honor!
Only the second man in history. By the way, he has the.
Are you being sarcastic that it's not cool to lead the entire Major League Baseball in batting average?
Oh, Snacks, I 100%. 2 things. You want to hear the conspiracy theory, Snacks? I'm gonna let Vane control the microphone on here. I can't wait until YouTube shuts us down because we don't have the rights to that song.
Is there a reason why you're just playing a really good song? Is there a reason?
First off, you ready for the conspiracy theory? You know, actually played at Citi Field.
What?
If you watch the clip of him playing at Citi Field,
he did not play that live. Absolutely not.
There's no way he's actually performing at Citi Field because if a real artist is playing, the volume fluctuates a little bit, right?
I agree with this.
Never fluctuates. And then there was a second time the trumpet is coming on, and they show him, and he's dancing around the field like Jose Reyes in 2005.
They didn't have a fucking microphone.
See, Snacks sent me the funniest GIF, and I meme or whatever video, and I couldn't even get mad at. It was literally the funniest thing. After
him playing the
playing taps, I'm like, oh, this is rough.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna go back to just watching. You guys have actually this has probably been one of your best shows you've had in a while. But a couple thoughts. Yes, it's very cool. McNeil won the batting title.
That's cool.
Highest batting average in Met history, by the way.
I'm serious. Danny knows I love a guy that bats for average, so I think it is very cool.
Yes, he loves Jeff McNeil. He'll never admit it, though.
I know. I do love Jeff McNeil.
He's like the new age Paul O'Neill. It's great.
Well,
He's a crazy.
Except he's
By
allowed
that, I
in the
mean he's a
stadium
crazy
while Paul
person.
O'Neill's sitting at home in his underwear calling baseball
Right, he's a
games.
crazy person.
What a life,
Throw
man.
shit.
What a life.
let's pump the brakes on that comparison. But
Jeff McNeil tried to punch a guy over a raccoon in the locker room.
He
So,
did.
yeah.
He tried
Basically
to
the
punch a
same
guy
guy.
over a shift, over complaints about a shift.
well, I mean, this is the same team that had like a rally turtle or whatever it was. So I mean,
Parakeet.
Harry, whatever.
Oh,
Anyway.
you had a turtle last year.
That's
What?
yeah. We had a turtle.
That really.
You guys had
got
the
you guys
turtle.
far.
Jeez.
Right.
Our
Hey,
viewership
your
went
animals
down as
right.
soon as
God,
Max came on with us, by the way. He must have shut off his feed.
Anyway, you guys lost the season when you got swept. Yeah, you didn't lose the season. Again, I'm sorry. Like the season's not lost. You just lost the division. You just made your life a million times harder.
Sure.
But you did that when you didn't win a single game at home against the Cubs.
Correct.
Like the Braves series. Yeah,
You wouldn't need it if you beat the Cubs in those. In any of those
you
games.
win one against the Cubs. One, literally.
You
As we
probably
see
need.
what
You
happened.
probably need none of those.
I think you might still have to win one, but the Braves got lost 2 out of 3 that week, that series. So
Yeah, okay, fair. Or it's like a DeGrom blowing up in Oakland. Like Oakland, really?
Still can't figure that one out.
And I need to ask something: is there any level of concern with Jacob DeGrom?
A little bit.
A little.
There has
They-
to
Well,
be, right?
he had to throw batting practice to his future teammates when he signs with Atlanta. That's
Correct.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's tough to have concern when a guy, while it was 3 home runs, he gave 4 hits and had 11 strikeouts in 6 innings. Like,
Vin, I know
it's
he's
tough
human,
to have concern, right? But
He's
like,
human.
they've also been talking a lot about how Max is like influencing him and like making him use more of his pitches. Go back to just throwing 2 pitches. Don't change what you're doing in August.
He could almost be like Mariano and throw his fastball and not be touched.
Right. He went fastball slider for 2 seasons and won 2 Cy Youngs. Like literally, he hardly has to throw anything else.
Right. I agree. I mean, I'm not concerned either. I don't want to say I'm concerned with Scherzer. Scherzer's always been one of, if not my favorite baseball player for the last like 7 years.
I can see
But
that.
what did I hear? I heard, I think it was on Tiki and Tierney. They were saying Scherzer was talking about like,
you listen to that show?
you know what?
Somebody has to.
I did.
Somebody has to keep them on the radio.
Unbelievable.
I can imagine
I like Tierney a lot. I do.
I have a question. Can we get a live feed of Snacks listening to that show and hear how many times he curses at Tiki Barber whenever he's talking?
Snacks listens more than he likes to put on.
Yeah, no,
do.
but I just want to listen to him curse at Tiki Barber every time he opens.
I
his
even
mouth.
got mad at Tiki the other day, and you didn't even acknowledge that.
It's a hate
Snacks.
listen. It's a hate listen.
I hate listen Tiki yesterday.
Anyway,
Tiki's
what did they say about Max?
They were saying that he said his arm is fatigued.
I don't know if he said that. I didn't
Or
hear
like
him
implied
say
it or something.
See, the thing is, BT was right about the Mets all along. BT since April said the Mets need another bat. The Mets need another bat. The Mets
Marte
need another
killed him.
bat. Oh, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And now he's probably out for the playoff series too.
He's out for at least the first one, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can't even grip a bat.
Can't grip a bat.
And they had him out on the outfield snagging fly balls, which was fine. But then he's just dropping them for someone else
He
to
can't
throw.
throw.
I don't know why. I saw
Well,
that video.
that's
I don't know why anybody would post that.
Right?
Oh, I
Like,
didn't even see that.
You
Oh,
literally just posted a video that says your star player is out for the postseason.
Right. He's catching it and just putting the ball down. Like, why are you posting that?
that's rough.
All right, Snacks. I got a judge question for you.
All right. Lay it on me.
62 home runs, great year. Definitely, in my opinion, league MVP. I definitely would give it to him over Ohtani.
Shouldn't be.
You know,
Shouldn't be
no
a
question about it.
Shouldn't be a question.
In our book will always be the second most home runs in a season, right? At the end of the day, Bonds did hit his numbers, even with the
I
asterisk.
agree. Yeah. Judge
Okay.
is the home run king. Yeah.
Judge is the American League home run king.
Sure.
Until someone goes in, until Pete signs with the Yankees and breaks it.
It's a
Don't
dumb
want-
thing to say.
don't
Like,
want to.
we don't care who is the AFC touchdown champion, right?
Right.
It's just a dumb thing.
Okay, so
I don't
here's
care
the
who scores
question.
most points in the Western Conference.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So here's the question, right?
And like they should have just said it was a Yankee record and been done with it.
Which is important.
It is kind of cool though that like the three are all Yankee right fielders. It is kind of a cool like little tidbit that like Ruth,
Judge is a center
Maris,
fielder.
and Judge are all the Yankee right fielders to do it. It is kind of cool to hear.
I agree with that.
But ideally, Judge is an outfielder more than a right fielder in my book.
I didn't hear K's call, but Sterling knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I heard Sterling. I didn't hear. I actually did hear K's. K's was good.
K's was
I did
horrible.
like watching the guy jump out of his seat, almost killing himself.
Little known fact. Someone in the group chat is good friends with Michael K.
Okay, I'm good friends with license plate guy.
You're good friends with Michael K.
So
nobody's good friends.
What
with
does
Michael
that
K.
mean? Yeah, Michael K doesn't have friends.
So
this is actually really crazy.
The story goes, I replied. So somebody like bitched about Michael K and Amazon when like the whole Judge thing was going on
for Apple TV, yeah.
Oh, okay.
For Apple TV, and how the Yes Network was trying to get Michael K to call the game and have it on Yes, so the Yankee fans can hear Michael K's call. And kid from John Boy Media quote tweeted it and like said something that the first tweet was that Michael K is all about himself, he's selfish, yada yada yada. So a kid from John Boy Media quote tweeted and said like, no, this is not, you're wrong, but that's not what he said. So I replied, because I know exactly where this is coming from, because I listen to the K show religiously. And I was like, no, Michael literally said he does not want to do it emphatically, which he did. He said that. He goes, right. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. That kid worked long and hard. They have the rights to the game. I don't want to do it. Now, if the Yes Network says if we get it and the Yes Network says you're fired unless you do it, of course I'm going to do it because I don't want to lose my job. And that's exactly what he said. And he wasn't tagged in my tweet or anything, so he must have been reading the replies. Next thing I know, I get a direct message from him. He's like, "Thanks so much, Nikki, for understanding what I was saying." I was like, "Of course, Michael, we got your back." Yada yada yada. And he went on to write like Dan. He wrote like a paragraph.
Oh yeah, he literally wrote a paragraph to Nick. I was like, "What?"
I was like, yeah, it's all good. I heard what you said. Don't worry about it.
Oh, and then you apologized that you cursed a lot, and he said that's okay.
I said don't worry about that shit. And then like my next message was, excuse my language. And then he goes in all caps, LOL. I don't mind the language.
All right, close personal friend Michael K.
So my question,
friend.
My question here is: does it mean anything to Yankee fans if, let's say, he does walk at the end of the year, or the year ends with no ring?
No.
Does it look like an F?
I say a C.
I'm not going to say an F. I think, first of all, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think the Yankees have no choice but to give him.
Yeah, no, they got.
Listen, his sweatshirt last week said New York or nowhere. So that could be anywhere. Just remember.
Yeah.
There's only 2 teams in New York.
Yeah,
unless he wants to go be a Buffalo Bison.
I made this comment to Snack.
We got enough things to worry about.
If the Yankees don't re-sign Aaron Judge, there might as well be the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, they would be the laughing stock of baseball. I don't think it's going to happen. They're going to give him 8 years. They're going to give him, I would say, 375, whatever it is. And they're gonna. It's just. You
just gotta suck it up, and then he'll become the DH when those years come, or will just retire.
I'm still a believer that if he doesn't sign, that within 5 years you'll see the Yankees for sale, because people are gonna boycott the Steinbrenners because of it.
Well, some already have. But.
Yeah,
exactly. Some already have. So if they don't sign this guy now, can you only imagine what's going to happen?
Yeah, I see. I fully agree, and that's why I think they're just left with no choice. And good for Judge for playing into giving choice. Yeah. So, as soon as he hit that 60-second home run, he hit home plate.
Everybody was there.
Now everything doesn't matter. Now go win a ring. If you don't win a ring, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If you hit 74, it's a little different because that's the true home run record.
Sure.
I don't really care.
What if they get to the World Series?
I do care, but it's a World Series now. It's World Series bust.
What if
just
they
like
get
it is
to the
every
World
year.
Series?
Exactly. You got to win the World Series.
I can't wait for that
You have to
World
win?
Series. Garrett Cole MVP.
Garrett Cole's never going to win an MVP or the World Series. Never.
So, okay, it's a failure unless they actually win the World Series.
Absolutely, without a doubt, without question. It's been like that my whole life.
All right.
Our entire lives, the Yankee season is we don't care about the season. Get to October, win a ring, or
I get it, but like I can't imagine it's. It's hard to just sit here and be like they lose to the Dodgers in 7 games, and you're like that season was a failure. That's hard to.
Yeah, but we're Met fans. We're used to.
I know,
that's
but
what we're used
just
to.
in general,
getting to the postseason, we
sport.
already had a successful season.
No,
We could lose Friday and Saturday, and our
sports
season was
thing.
successful. We're
If
getting
you
it
get
back.
to Game 7 of the World Series, you did literally everything possibly that you could.
Except win.
Not for the Bronx.
Okay.
It's different for the Bronx.
It is. Now, Vin, if Judge doesn't break the record, say he hits 56 and still has a magical year, bats 311,
Sure,
130 RBIs, and they lose in 6 games to the Dodgers, is that a successful season?
I think if you get to the World Series, it's a pretty successful season.
But
Yeah,
see,
for
my
most
thing is,
franchises,
all right,
not the Yankees.
all right, my thing is this, and I'm busting everybody's balls here, and I'm really not taking shots. We don't hang wild card banners. So
Fuck you.
I understand what you're saying.
I knew you were going to take it like that, but
No.
There's a genuine feeling about it, though.
That's a mindset. I get what you're saying. You weren't saying it literally.
The most annoying thing about that wild card banner is I don't know
That
what
is fair.
possessed them to do that.
I don't even think the
Predators
Oakland
had a
A's
banner
have
for
rules.
scoring a goal in the playoffs a couple of years ago. So yeah,
I just don't.
I don't know. It's
But
also
again,
Vin,
I
it's
still
also
think getting
something
to the World Series is an accomplishment
okay,
Yeah,
yes,
for the Mets.
it's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment
for
yes.
anybody.
But here's the thing. Here's the
not
thing.
when you regularly go like you were the Yankees.
They don't regularly go. They haven't been in 10
anymore.
years.
Yeah,
4 years ago,
12 years.
4 years ago,
13.
4 years ago, our malignant parasite cancer of a general manager said we want championships, not championship. Since that comment, we haven't even been to a World Series. So yes, with a 99 win year, when you won the division going away, sure you had the hiccup in August. You're going away. You have a world-class season from Aaron Judge. You don't win the World Series, it's a failure.
Yeah, it's World Series a bust for the
Okay,
Yankees,
it's a failure.
and they have to beat the Astros if they get that far.
That's
Correct,
what I'm
and I
saying.
want
If you get to the World Series, beating the Astros along the way, and happen to lose in 6 or 7 of the Dodgers, I get it. Maybe it's not a success, but it's not a failure.
Right now he'll be mad, but before spring training he'll be still pissed, but he'll be looser.
So
with the anger.
Just to give
you
a
will.
little
No, I won't.
Your anger will be from here. Your anger will be from here to here, though. That's what I'm saying.
So we were talking
4
Judge
months
MVP.
later, yeah, but I will be devastated. And let me tell you guys something too, by the way. I don't want to hear if we lose the series to the Padres, the season's still success. No, it's not.
No,
absolutely
not.
You have the second highest payroll in baseball.
Absolutely
it's World
not.
Series or bust for the Mets.
My biggest thing is with Buck. He needs the World Series more than we do, because if we don't make it, it's Buck's history of
I agree.
Revamp the team year one, and everything goes down after that.
This is going to sound like a loser mentality to you, and that's whatever. We're Met fans. It's different. My thought process the entire time is they have to get to the NLCS. And that's when I thought they'd be playing the Dodgers in the NLCS. Now they have to get through the Dodgers to get to the NLCS. It's a little different.
I want the Braves in the NLCS.
But I have to get to the NLCS for this to be considered a successful season.
I can understand that. I can, especially with like if Marte misses.
Right. And Jake was out for 5 months.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, the Braves and Dodgers are really fucking good.
Exactly. So it's going to be tough.
But I also look at it. I also look at it like when they're on, you guys have the 2 best pitchers in baseball.
Correct.
So, well.
All right, up there. They're in the conversation.
They're both in the top 5. So either way.
Sure.
They just gotta block out the negative noise from the fan base. Fuck everybody else. It's really the fan base. And then
they said the best. All this on the game today. All this negativity from the fans. Team won 101 games. The team won 101 games.
I think as well. I think what really like frustrates, like they got to stop talking. Like Canada's like, oh yeah, winning the East would be good, but we have bigger goals. Yeah, obviously, but that was the biggest goal at step, and you got miserably failed that step.
This is somebody I already don't trust in the first place. Seth Lugo said we're better than the Braves.
Yeah,
Seth
that
Lugo,
was that got me
when was
so
the last
angry.
time he played ball?
When did he say this?
He said that
Monday?
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday or Monday.
Monday. He was like, "We're better than those guys, and we'll prove it when we play them again."
Yeah, I didn't
Go
send
fuck
it to
yourself, Seth Lugo.
I was so mad that I didn't send it to you, Snacks. I was going to.
I'm
I was actually shocked you didn't send it
honestly.
to me.
I didn't see it.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm actually very shocked you didn't see it.
So,
oh god, that's brutal.
But like the other guys, like Nimmo was like, "Yeah, they beat the shit out of us."
Yeah, well,
What do you? I mean, like, okay, at least someone's honest about that.
And I'm already in that mood. I think we have to re-sign Nimmo unless he gets overpaid badly.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, the only thing was they get judged, but they're not getting judged, so it's Nimmo. Yeah.
So you are. So I'm gonna jump after this because I want to hear you guys any thoughts about the Mets on your Mets fans on.
Great.
So if you have, I know they have a lot of significant free agents. So DeGrom, Diaz, Bassett, Nimmo.
Didn't Bassett sign?
Yeah, I thought Bassett signed the.
He signed something.
He signed for this season.
Yeah,
but wasn't there an option involved?
Yeah, I thought there was an option.
I don't think so.
I think if it's an option, it's a player option because they all keep talking how much he's a free agent. So.
Right, I keep hearing that too. He signed a 1-year, $8.8 million this year.
Yeah,
and then he has a mutual option for next year at 19.
Yeah, so he's gonna be a free agent.
Right, he won 15 games and he had a 3.5 ERA. He's gonna say no.
Yeah. Right,
he's not gonna take his chances on a 1-year deal. He's gonna get a multi-year deal.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If he takes his chances on 19 million and successful and wins 15 games again,
yeah, but
34.
That's a huge risk. Then you blow out your arm, and then you're looking at a 1
That's
year.
the other thing. He's 30. He's going to be 34 next season.
Right.
So yeah,
now
he's going to get his contract.
Right.
He's going to get his contract. Right. Yeah. So
and if it's either from us or somebody else.
Taiwan's a free agent.
Taiwan's a free agent too. So how do you guys rank the importance? I guess DeGrom's first, right? Or is Diaz first?
It should be Jake.
I'm going to go with Jake, and the reason I'm going to say that is, behind Rivera, closer spot is an inconsistency every year.
No one can be this good
Rivera
for that long.
I agree.
So even if he goes back to having a 2.5 ERA and being a human being, it's still a drop from this.
Right.
Yeah. No.
If he blows 3 games in April next year, people are going to want to be mad at the contract no matter what he gets paid.
Listen. I'm a big believer in the closer because that is not an inning where people want to pitch in. Especially in a tight game in October. So you
have to have a certain mindset for that.
And how much we dogged him and like ragged on him the first 3 years of him being here.
Yeah,
he legitimately did cost us a playoff spot in 2019. But I think of all the fall from graces and the come up stories, I think he's up there with.
Just imagine we could have a 2019 wildcard banner too.
Yeah.
Wilpons may have not sold if we made the playoffs in 2019.
You're 100% right. He might have did us a favor.
But also the biggest thing to look at is look at Francisco Rodriguez. The guy set the single season record in saves, and what happened after we got him?
Yeah,
he fell off the face of the planet of Earth, right?
Well, yeah, he also got handcuffed for being up his.
Well, he also punched his father-in-law in the face in the clubhouse. But listen, thank God Diaz's father-in-law didn't go to the clubhouse. Who knows what would have happened?
Yeah,
it was fun to watch.
I will never forget that video.
Diaz
of him walking out of Citi Field with cuffs with NYPD next to them.
You scumbags, finish this up. I want to hear more thoughts on what's coming up.
Snacks next week. You got to make sure you're watching. We're doing Tuesday, 10-year anniversary of the first ever show. Tuesday night.
10 years. Holy shit. The pioneers right here. The pioneers. What? Tuesday.
Well, we enjoy the London tea.
Oh, Tuesday's game 1, so I'll have my laptop here.
Yeah, you can go
we're
double
recording
screen.
during game 1. Oh, okay.
We might be, yeah.
No,
when the Yankees play at 1:00 because
I'll
nobody
put-
wants to watch, because the Bronx loves to put games at playoff games at 4:00 and 1:00.
They
Like
better
Danny
not
went
put it
against
on.
the
They
Orioles.
did do that.
One
better
year
not
when they
put it
played
on
game
at
5 at 1:00.
I went to that game.
They better not put it on at 1:00.
I was at that game.
Because the Yankees, the team that actually is ideally the team of baseball, them and the Dodgers, and let's put them at 1:00 because that's when everyone's going to watch.
I hate that baseball plays day playoff games.
So do I. It's so
Annoying.
stupid. It's so stupid.
Just play them all at the same time. Who gives a shit?
I mean,
You have all these channels. Like
Yeah, put them on
ESPN has
TBS
like 10
and TNT and ESPN2 and whatever.
it's absurd. It's absurd. Boys,
Anyway,
phenomenal show. Thank you for having me on for a little bit.
later snacks.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, next.
All right, let's preview the series real quick.
Wow, game 1 is. I didn't even realize game 1 was. For
Yeah.
some reason, I thought Bassett was 2 years with a third year.
I thought that too. I thought it was the 2-year deal. I thought it was a mutual.
Kind of wish he had a shittier year. He would have taken the 19 and been on the Mets next year.
Yeah.
But we also wouldn't have 101 wins if that was the case.
Oh yeah, then wasn't he second on the team in wins?
I believe so, yes.
By the way, the numbers, Mets all-time
Second best season in Mets history, by the way.
second best season team history behind 86. But the batting numbers, John Olerud all-time high 1998.
He hit like
354. 354.
Crazy.
Cleon Jones in 69 batted 340. Reyes batted 337. Lance Johnson in 1996 went 333.
Love it.
And Dave Magden in 1990 went 326. Top 5 above. Jeff is now number 6 on the list at 325. And then David and Piazza are both behind them.
Right.
It's crazy
And
that 354 doesn't win a batting title.
And Pete led the league in RBIs, which is great.
Correct.
Obviously we're all down in the dumps right now, but once Friday comes around, we're gonna be ready to go as if nothing happened.
I'm happy it's 7:00. Gives me time to come home and take a nap and
right.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Oh, Saturday 7.
Friday's 8, Saturday 7.
Yeah.
We were actually going to look to go to the Islander Ranger preseason game Saturday.
Nope.
But now, I think that if you win Friday, you could still go to the game and then be home because we're not going to stay the whole game. Probably leave after the second period because it's preseason. Come home, watch the rest of the Mets. And also, the Mets are 1-0 when I'm at a hockey game when they start, then.
It's not a bad idea.
First game in Brooklyn, we drove home listening to game 1 in LA.
Daniel Murphy hit a home run in the car on the way home.
It's true. And then we watched the end of it at the house.
It's going to be interesting. I think obviously the Padres are a good team and they're not a slouch.
And the one guy on their rotation that worries you is pitching Friday night.
Right.
So what's very interesting is the Mets opened the second half with the Padres at home, Citi Field.
Didn't we get swept?
No, we lost 2 out of 3.
We lost 2 out of 3, but it was almost the same pitching matchups. Game 1 was Darvish, Max. Darvish went 7 innings, gave up 1 run. Max went 6, gave up 2, and we lost 4-1.
Right. DJ Razor did the thing on the outfield that game.
Game 2, we lost 2-1. And again, it's probably going to be the same matchup. Bassett went for us. He threw 7 innings.
Well, no, we don't know that. We hope.
What Danny said and what everybody's saying is that so the plan is for those who didn't hear it and watching us and listening to us tomorrow Thursday because we're recording Wednesday, or even listening to us before the game. The plan is that Max is pitching game 1. Bassett pitches game 2 if you win Friday night.
Correct.
Jake pitches
Saturday night, game 2 if you lose Friday night. But correct. Jake's available if Bassett loses Saturday.
Right.
How has you done again?
I think he knew that and he just wanted to hear me say it.
He said, boom, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Darvish has thrown 14 innings against the Mets this year and given up 1 run.
This year. But what is he lifetime against the Mets?
Also very good. He only had 1 bad start and it was in 2009 or something. I think
was that the game?
I think the only bad start, Steven, he's had is that one game against the
Mets
with Texas with the
2014.
Yeah, that's the only bad start he's had against them.
Okay, so here's his full numbers against the Mets. He's started 8 games against the Mets in his career. He has 5 wins 2 with Texas, 1 with the Dodgers, 2 with the Cubs, and 3 as a Padre. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them at Citi Field. 52 innings and 2/3, 30 hits, 15 runs, all earned, 7 homers, 9 walks, hit 5 guys, 58 strikeouts.
So Snacks makes a point here.
He
can't pitch in big games. He goes up and down in the playoffs. I'm looking at it quick.
He did get screwed by the Astros.
Right. So he got in the World Series. He gave up 9 runs in 3 1/3 in that World Series, but it was against the Astros. But again, also in that season, went 6 1/3, gave up a run in the CS, went 5, gave up a run in the DS, and in the ALDS the year before, went 5 and gave up 5 runs. So he's had a couple rough starts in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he was that guy that year for the Dodgers that everyone, when they got him, everybody was like, "Oh, this is going to set their rotation for the playoffs," and then
and it worked until the World Series when he got blown up.
Right.
The Mets fans have to show up Friday and Saturday.
They will.
They have to.
I'm not worried about the fan base showing up for the games.
I'm not. No, I know that. I mean, being loud and not being butthurt.
I think that the boo, they're not going to be boos. I don't think it's going to be loud. It's going to be there.
Because we need to move on. The outside noise, fine. Let them make fun of us. It is what it is. They have to go on. They won 101 games. Anything could possibly happen. They got hot. I did have a dream on Saturday night. I had a dream, and I don't know why, but they won the World Series and Jeff McNeil won the MVP. Take that for whatever it is worth. I didn't tell you Sunday, obviously, because you had more important things to do. But yeah, I had that weird, vivid dream of that, and I don't know why.
I hate that, Danny. I'll be honest.
I know. I don't love it. It's my brain. I have no control over that.
No, I don't have control over mine either.
And I go, and I'm thinking we were going to win on Sunday, and obviously our path would have been a lot more easier. So,
I mean, the turn of events from like the 3rd inning, game 3 of that series being up 3-1, Bassett pitching. I'm like, all right, we got the one we needed.
Right.
And now,
also spin zone. Rest versus rust. Hopefully the rust prevails. Rest. It's one weekend they don't play. I'm spin zoning it here. I'm spinning.
You're spin zoning yourself into Mars.
I know.
Can we talk about how there's a picture of them interviewing Francisco Lindor with a David Wright jersey in his locker?
Oh, okay.
Nice for him. All right. I think we covered everything.
So Mets in 2. No, it's going to be 3
Mets in 2.
So the Yankees play the winner of the Cleveland Tampa series. So if you want to go full bracket right now,
it's going to be a joke.
Hopefully Cleveland wins that series for the Yankees' sake.
So they don't
So I was right couple of weeks ago.
I meant to say this. You were right. It's a bracket that don't reseed. I thought they reseeded.
And then the higher seed's just the home team in the NLCS, just like it usually would be.
Correct.
And who has home field with the World Series? Whoever had the better record?
I think it's whoever has the better record.
I think it's back to record because they stopped with
No, I knew that. I didn't.
Yeah.
So we're playing the Padres. Cardinals
play the Phillies.
God, I want Bulls come back next year.
Cardinals play the Phillies. Winner plays the Braves.
I think Cardinals. They got that destiny up their ass.
I don't know. The thing about the Phillies,
but they have Nola and Wheeler ready.
Right, Nola and Wheeler could win that series.
So what's their pitching, Matt? It's probably Nola, Wheeler.
Wheeler, and then game 3 probably Ranger Suarez.
I thought it was Wheeler, Nola.
Probably either. I don't know which one's going which, but Ranger Suarez probably goes game 3. For the Cardinals, it's probably Wainwright game 1, maybe. Who's their other guy? One of their young kids is doing good.
You know what I do want to see? I want to see Seattle get out of that matchup.
Me too.
I do want to see Seattle, even though those two teams are the two teams like in the American League that you want to pull for. Toronto, another year of Toronto spending all their money to not be good.
Miles Michaelis is their other
Right.
guy. So it's going to be him and Wainwright 1-2, and then they have Dakota Hudson probably, or fucking Quintana's been pitching good, or Jordan Montgomery.
Got the great Jordan Montgomery. I can't wait for Jordan Montgomery to win the series for the Cardinals and then send them.
He actually, what is it? What's his ERA? His ERA with the Cardinals is 3.11, or that might be overall. I don't know. It's with the Cardinals.
Probably be the best on the Yankees.
Pretty good.
Snacks is saying the Braves are going to beat the Yankees in the World Series.
So he's expecting a depressing season. Okay. I've been there.
He has Mets, Padres, Cards, Phillies winning, Mets beating the Dodgers, Braves beating the Cardinals, Braves beating the Mets, Rays beating the Indians, Mariners beating the Jays, Yankees beating the Rays, Astros, Mariners, Yankees beating the Astros, Braves, Yankees.
So
and somehow, some way, Montgomery still wins the MVP of the postseason.
I don't know how that works. After they win a game, 2 games.
I don't think it works that way, but okay. Because he throws the perfect game in game 2.
Correct.
So,
that's what it is. And they're just like, we have to give it to him for one game.
So automatically wins the NL MVP,
exactly.
playoff MVP, and the World Series MVP.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Like we mentioned with Snacks, Tuesday night. What is that, the 11th, the 12th?
I believe it's the 11th, if I'm not mistaken.
Tuesday the 11th, we will be back. Game 1 of all of the divisional series will be going on.
I was thinking maybe we do something at post-game stuff. I don't know. I'll probably be tired and lazy.
We'll see. I was going to say Sunday. Danny, you're more than welcome to come join us for breakfast on Sunday at my house. We're having a no cheese allowed breakfast on Sunday.
Snacks.
We'll see. I'm gonna have a 2-year-old running wild, wanting to watch Elmo and everyone.
I think Elmo is a little bit more exciting than Daniel Jones. No offense to Daniel
Jones. No offense taken.
Our third string quarterback is better than
that was also the funniest thing
when he was just like, "Oh, I guess I'm in."
When they put him in,
usually like the third string.
They put him in after being injured as a wide receiver. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
That was one funny story about Johnny.
They should have threw the ball to him once. Like, just throw one pass at Daniel Jones and just throw the whole defense.
Watch him juke it. Before we go, one funny story.
Johnny.
He says Met for everything. Met. Poor kid. He goes Mets when I came home, and I go, yeah, they stink. And he goes, yeah.
He's ready. He's got it already.
He knows what's up.
He's got it already.
Yeah. He just gives the emphatic half-assed yeah. I'm like, that hurts.
It's tough. It's tough, big man.
Tough one.
All right, boys.
By the way, boys, you'll be excited to know that the Scooby-Doo movies are now on Netflix.
Love it. Can't wait.
The Freddie Prinze Scooby-Doo movies, Vincent.
Never saw a second of it.
Are you kidding me? The first one was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nah, come on, Danny. Live a little. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
No, I know the cast.
They put
never saw it.
Hawkeye's wife, Elma, Matthew Lillard.
Scooby-Doo in a dress and put him on a plane, and nobody noticed the dog on the plane.
Nope.
That's all you gotta know.
What a stupid movie. All right, boys.
Oh, there it is.
Let's go,
Mets
Mets.
have tweeted. Looks like someone's getting a new car.
I love to see his Matchbox car. That
I can't wait till he shows up. They show Friday him at the locker interviewed with a little Matchbox.
Yeah, with a Matchbox car, exactly. All
right, boys. Everybody, don't forget to follow us on everything. Thank you again, Snacks. We'll be back Tuesday night. Hopefully during game 1 of. Well, actually, it'll probably be the 9:00 game. So we'll probably just be ending by the time first pitch happens. Playing the Dodgers. So hopefully, let's go Mets this weekend. And screw everything cheese-related in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Let's cut the cheese, literally and figuratively.
I get it. Later, everyone.